Hi guys, Joy Connections again. Earlier this morning I did, uh, actually it's after midnight, so yeah, yesterday morning I did a video encouraging people to take cancer seriously. Um, and some people may have probably been wondering, why is she saying this now? I was reflecting on how I possibly could have done myself a disfavor when I first ignored what I was told by a consultant at the hospital. So I only got a proper, solid diagnosis about 8, 9 months after the initial suspicion had been highlighted. Now, this is because, like I was saying earlier, we tend to peddle theories that have not been investigated, that have not been researched. But there's this thing in us, I don't know if it's a natural instinct or what, but we tend to want to believe things because many people also believe the same thing. Now, the two things that I believed that were so wrong and that could have costed me dearly in terms of my well being, in terms of my lifespan, even if we want to be brutally honest, is one, I had this notion in my head that cancer could never happen to me. And I can give you several reasons that kind of formulated that belief. But trust me, what I learned after being given the diagnosis is that cancer can affect anyone, any gender, any age, any color, any race, any creed, any faith, any belief or disbelief. It literally can find or worm its way into anybody's life. Whatever your health status, you could 1 minute be totally healthy, no problems whatsoever, and then, like a thief in the night, you feel one little symptom and you visit your doctor, and the next thing, everything is just like shock, 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 shock. You're being told you've got cancer. And then there are some people who would have very poor lifestyles, like smoking like chimneys, drinking like fish, and living life on the reckless, eating like there's no tomorrow, not minding their weight, not minding their diet, and they actually never get cancer. Now, I believed it could never happen to me because I was living as healthily as I possibly could, exercising, walking, jogging, eating healthy, staying positive mentally, just trying my level best to do all the things that are said to be good and that go towards maintaining a healthy body, mind, and spirit. But a rude awakening hit me when I was told you actually have cancer, and cancer of the lungs when I had never smoked before. Some people say there's a thing called passive smoking, but actually, the type of cancer that I have is a type that could just happen. It's not necessarily caused by being exposed to smoking passively or actually smoking. The other reason why I believed it could never happen to me was one of those theories that's been peddled in Christian circles that sickness is not your portion. Guys, pastors, prophets, and whatever will tell you this uh, without further clarification of what they're saying. And you can literally take it as literal as that and believe illness will never hit you. And the funny thing is, in the last 10 years, I've been hit by so many illnesses. It's shocking. And yet, I still believed God would never allow me to get cancer. Rude awakening. Ahoy. And the other reason why I believed that it could never happen to me was because I thought cancer is only caused by specific things. But guys, since the diagnosis, I've learned that genetics can play a big part in whether you get cancer or not. Lifestyle plays a part, and exposure to certain radicals in the air or in the atmosphere can lead to cancer. So now, unless you live in a vacuum, claiming that it could never happen to you is kind of counterproductive because it makes you too comfortable and too chilled about taking care of yourself, and especially about having regular health checks. Some people call them MOTs, like annual MOTs. Now, I also, the third reason that has nothing much to do with anything, I literally was told, it looks like your lung is enlarged and it could be cancerous and would like to do further tests. But because of the stories I've heard about cancer, it being a curse, it being unreal, it being witchcraft and whatever, I went into denial. I didn't plan on going into denial, but I did. I went into denial and I told the consultant, nah, that can't be real. Anybody can have an enlarged lung. Who measures which one is big and which one is not? We are all different. I went into denial and I avoided going to my GP. I avoided all the appointments that were being sent in letters for 8 months, guys. Now, the only thing that I'm grateful for is the type of cancer that I have. That is the type that does not spread fast. Otherwise, if it was one of the others that spread fast, the 8 months could have been enough to spiral that cancer into stage 3 or 4. But because it's a slow, kind of a slow spreading type of cancer, I can't pronounce these scientific words. I was lucky. It ended up being caught when it was still not in the latter stages. And guys, it's a big lesson I've learned and I'm grateful for it. And that's why I'm appealing to all of you. Don't joke with this thing. It is bad.